Hello, welcome to the Comic Bros Authority podcast, where two brothers read and discuss comics and graphic novels and go into a deep discussion. I'm your host, Andre, and with me is my bruv.
Hello.
His name is Miles.
Hi.
Sorry.
Hello.
Sorry, dude.
That's all right. I'm pretty sure they don't know me yet.
You know what? It's only in the descriptions, you know?
Oh my god, yes.
Okay. So, why don't you tell us, me and our listeners, what we are discussing today?
All right, so today we are discussing MexiKid. It's a graphic memoir, an all ages book by Pedro Martin. Yeah, it's a very funny book. It's the main gist of it is basically Pedro and or Peter, as he likes to call himself sometimes. He goes on a road trip with his family of 11 to Mexico so they can go get their grandfather and move him to the United States so he can come live with them and their already cramped household.
That is insane to have a family that big, 11 people.
You know the Mexicans.
Mexican Catholics.
Yeah,
that's true.
By the way, listeners, we are Mexican American ourselves, so we know the struggle. We don't have this big of a family, but I know a lot of my friends who are Mexican American as well. They have big families like this.
Yeah, so let's preface this by saying we are Mexican.
Yeah. If you see our face, you'd be like, "Oh, look at those two brown boys."
Yeah, and if you couldn't tell by our last name.
Oh yeah,
our last name.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you're just like, all right. So it won an Eisner, which is basically like the Oscars for comics. And he decided, hey, let's just do this. And usually I don't read books that are all ages. I usually read something more, I wouldn't even say like more mature or anything. I just read something, adultish, I guess.
PG-13?
PG-13 and up. Yeah, that's mostly like what I read, like if we're going off of that. But I'd have to say like this book is for everyone, definitely for everyone, because I had a hell of a time reading this. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, if I were to say what this book, like if I were to give it a rating on like the film scale, I'd say it's PG. There's no overt bad language or anything. Of course it deals with like like gaga and meal crap and stuff like that, but I mean, it really is for all ages at a point where like even as an adult reading this, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's kind of like Shrek, where there's enough of it where as an adult you can still enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah. So the comic book that I actually picked up these copies from is Pulp Fiction Comics in Long Beach, California. Yes, I have to include the California part. Yeah, and this was in a section that they had for Cal State Long Beach students. I guess they're studying this book in one of their courses, which I think is pretty cool. And after reading this, I thought this is definitely worth a study.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so you want to go ahead and dive right into it?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right. So like Miles said earlier, this is about Pedro Martin. He goes ahead and in the first several chapters of this book, he's really just giving you everything about his family and just the family dynamic. His parents came from Mexico. Half of his siblings were born in Mexico, and then they immigrated to America. And they stay. I looked in the map, and they stay like up like near San Jose.
Yeah, so what is that considered Northern California? NorCal?
Yeah,
or is that like because California's so
it's long.
Yeah, it's long. So it's like, is that central? Okay, it looks central to me.
Yeah, I would say it's central because they're out in the field, and what his family does for work is they're out in the field and they're picking strawberries. And mind you, this book does take place in the late 70s. I want to say 77.
It is 77
because Pedro Martin, he goes ahead and he talks about having just watched Star Wars, and there's a lot of Star Wars references in this book.
There is a shit ton of Star Wars references in this book. As a jaded Star Wars fan, it was kind of refreshing to see it from the eyes of somebody who just watched, like, when Star Wars was new and it wasn't like
it isn't what it is now.
It isn't what it is now, where it's just like you have like 15 TV shows and like 11 movies.
11 movies, yeah.
11 movies and crap like that. And it was just like, all right, there was just that one movie. And then like, so every point of reference he makes is basically Star Wars. Like he's sitting in shotgun in the Winnebago and he calls himself Chewbacca.
Yeah. I thought that was so cute.
I know. A lot of things in this book are cute, and it comes from like this kind of how do I say it? This kind of innocent eyes and how he's trying to navigate the world. It's very coming of age.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I thought too. It was coming of age. He is about what? How old is he in this book?
He might be like 11 or something.
Yeah, because I mean he's pretty young, but you know he seems to have like a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah. It's, you wanna know what I find funny too is that like his family always talks about his body shape and everything like that.
Oh, what do they call him? The barrel shaped.
They call him barrel shaped and everything, which kind of like, I was talking to a friend yesterday and he said that he has body dysmorphia. He's Mexican American. He has body dysmorphia because of his family. And I was like, is it because you were bigger when you were a kid? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, that's Mexican American families because, well, it's where we came from. Like,
oh yeah. So as some of you, or most of you maybe, at our current level of listenership, me and Miles are twin brothers.
Whoa!
I know, shocking, right? I was definitely the chubby brother out of the two of us.
Yeah, and then it switched right after high school.
Well, yeah. Yeah, so, you know, it's just like his whole family commenting on his weight and everything, and just the family dynamics that he has with his older siblings, and his, like, one of his sisters gives him, like, the stare, and he automatically knows what that means, is that she's guilt-tripping him.
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny and really cute, because sometimes you and I, we have that kind of, you know, that kind of relationship where all I have to do is look at you and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but yeah, true. Because we don't have that with our sisters, just like with me and you.
Yeah, well, we're like 2 of 1.
Yeah, literally. Highlander rules.
Yeah.
Be one. No, I do like his because in the beginning of the book he goes through like kind of like this breakdown of each of one of his family members like a few times, and he has older brothers who are kind of like bullies, an older brother who loves music, older sister who is just very like knowledgeable and kind of like very like progressive college student, which is nice. And then of course, you know, you're kind of like straight-laced dad and your mom who's always taking care of them, making sure that they have like food everywhere, hidden everywhere,
the half the banana.
The half bananas hidden all over the Winnebago.
Yeah, it's really cute. The first part of the book sets up the road trip, which I thought was really nice. You know, a scene that really resonated with me was when they are when they're in the grocery store and they're talking about how everyone's split up. They go to all their different aisles. Pedro and his little brothers are going to check out the toys.
Yeah.
And then, like, all of a sudden, like, each one of them hears their dad's whistle. And he's trying to explain it in the comic where it's like he purses his lips together and he sucks in the air. And
that's how I whistle. I don't blow out, I suck in.
Yeah, I just don't know how to whistle myself, so... But it was it just took me back to those times when we were younger and we would be playing, like, say when we were at church.
Yeah.
You know, church, the service is over, you know, we're hanging out, we're playing with the kids, and then all of a sudden we hear the whistle and we're like, oh shit, that's mom.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, because mom whistled loud.
Yeah, mom whistles loud.
So it's funny because I was talking to Brie, and she always talks about her dad's whistle.
Yeah.
And it's always a certain whistle. So her and her sisters have done this whistle. Once we were in the hospital, and then I guess her sister and her niece were in the hospital too for I forget what reason. but all of a sudden she started doing the whistle quietly, and then across the emergency room we can hear her sister do the same whistle back. We're like, woo, woo. I thought that was neat. So like seeing that in the book is just like, all right, that's the family whistle. And
yeah, and it's like, you know what whistle it is. I honestly, like, Dad always talks about how he used to whistle with his cousins from across the neighborhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like when he was living in Keystone, he would do a whistle, and then he'd hear his cousins whistle back to him, or Pumpkinhead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, he'd be over on Margaret, Pumpkinhead would be over on Sheer, and the two streets are just one block away from each other. Yeah, and then Dad would whistle, and then they whistle back. Although I haven't heard Dad whistle.
No, I haven't heard him whistle in a long time. I hear Mom whistle all the time.
Yeah, all the time. She whistled recently at your son's party. But going back to the book, I think that I think that's just really fun, and I always love to connect to a story like that.
Yeah, it's the whole family dynamic with each one of the siblings, because I see a lot of what he had with certain brothers that he, like what I or you have with either you, our sister, or her kids, like our nephews and niece.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, all right, yeah, because even though they're our nephews and niece, they sort of feel like siblings.
Yeah, and I think that is definitely the point of this book, is that, you know, it's all about family connection.
That's what matters.
Family.
No, but I like how he kind of has this kind of innocence and like certain view of his grandfather.
Yeah,
like because his grandfather was in the revolution, the Mexican Revolution War.
Yeah,
and so he kind of sees him as like a hero of the war, even though when, as you kind of get told later on, that's not really true. He was in between the war. He was just like, he had a mule trail.
Yeah,
and he would just like feed one side, feed the others, but of course he was working for the revolutionaries, not for the government. But yeah, just seeing like this kid kind of like paint his grandfather in such a light, I think was just like really nice. And like he calls him a superhero. He calls him the Mexican Jedi. What does he call him, like Spanish Hulk or something like that?
Yeah, Spanish Hulk.
Yeah. He's so ingrained into like comic books and like wanting to draw, which he mentions a lot here.
Yeah, he has his Green Arrow action figure.
Yeah, everyone calls it a green elf.
Yeah, green elf. But yeah, it's just really cute.
I mean, the first part of the book is you're setting up the dynamics between the family, and then we kind of go into them going on their road trip. So this is what's funny, Andre, and this is how. All right, so they're making their way down to what is it? To Mexico from like central northern California. They're making their way to the state of Jalisco.
Okay.
By Guadalajara. And you know who used to live in Jalisco?
Who?
Grandma Olivia.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So the town.
I thought they were from Michoacan.
No, that's Grandpa.
Well, see, I'm all.
All right. So Grandpa's from Michoacan. Grandma's from Jalisco. So the town that they go to is called excuse me, I'm going to fucking butcher this because I don't know Spanish. Puegros. Yeah. So that is roughly about 50 miles and change away from La Barca. That's where Grandma grew up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because they mentioned Jalisco in the book, and then I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, wait a minute, I think we have family there. And so I called Mom to ask her, like, hey, where did, Grandma and Grandpa grow up? Mm-hmm. And so I looked on the map, and I'm looking at Google Maps here, and I have it saved in my notes. But yeah, it is roughly 50 miles and some change, because it's telling me 100 kilometers. So I just cut that in half and then added a little bit.
Yeah.
So this book takes place in 1977. Grandma was like, what, 1941, 1942. So yeah, she around the same time. I mean, then that same general area.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. She grew up next to the the Mexican Jedi Master. So yeah, that was just an interesting note I wanted to point out.
Oh, that's such an interesting fact.
Yeah.
And I love reading this book. It made me feel good. His definition, the title MexiKid, he goes ahead and he describes it. He said, "It's what I call myself, a generation American-born kid of Mexican parents, 2 feet planted on the American side of the border, while one heart belonging to both sides."
Oh.
Yeah. So, while I don't really feel like, I'm a MexiKid by his definition, I do have a love for, my mother, or, our family's country.
Yeah.
Because we're American.
Yeah, I'm Mexican.
Yeah, Mexican American.
Yeah, we're first generation on moms and like fifth on dads.
Yeah, I can't really tell you what we are on dads because they're literally. Well, yeah, it's all over the place. But I believe we are like the definition of the border crossed us situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, good to know.
Yeah, so they climb in their Winnebago and they head down to Mexico, or they make their pit stop in LA, and they talk, and he talks about wanting, or like hanging out with his parents while they're drinking with their friends, and tequila makes you
it makes you laugh and makes you cry, and then it's about finding your grito.
Yeah. That is a part that I love because he attempts it.
Yeah, he attempts to do the
and it's and like the way it's done, and like the cartooning in this is amazing.
Oh yeah,
because there's different styles of art that he uses to tell the story. It's a very simplistic, kind of like art aimed for children, but the layouts and the design of the book are so well rendered that this is I believe it's a master of its craft in comic book storytelling.
Yeah, he's a web artist, and it's what turned into this book.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh crap! Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I know he makes a lot of criticisms in the book. He's like, I don't know how to draw hands, and he even makes it later in like where he's talking about his, like, even nowadays it's like, I still don't know how to draw hands very well. But I'm just looking at the hands in this book. I'm like, dude, like, you can draw hands. Like, you draw hands pretty well in this book.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. When I saw that in the back, he was like, oh, I don't know how to do hands. And then I was like, well, but these hands look amazing.
Yeah.
My hands stick out straight. He knows how to, like, curl them at the right point.
Mine are salad fingers.
Not salad fingers.
That's an old joke for the millennials out there who were on the internet in 2005.
Yeah. So, when they get to the border of
before that,
what?
I want to talk about like the makeshifting that his dad does, like how he like souped up the pickup truck into like this unsafe.
Oh my god!
He turned the bed. He like put a bed covering, and then put like a wooden bench with like rope in the back.
Yeah, as seatbelts.
And then in the Winnebago, he has like all this shit to like make sure like the fuel tank is getting enough fuel and cool down at the same time.
Yeah,
like there's a lot of makeshift things that I'm just like, all right, yeah, that's Mexican dad stuff. And then even like later when they're making the video, he's marinating the meat in a trash can with a tire, not the inner tube. I don't know cars. But he's turning that on fire where the trash can is placed on top. It's explained a lot better than what I'm doing right now. But yeah, he's just that's the way how he does it, because
very inventive.
Very inventive, and he's also like cheap.
Yes, very
cheap, because he's always just like, oh man, Cabo San Lucas, this place looks great. We got to stay up north where it's like less crowded with tourists, because that means it's cheaper.
Yeah. Another thing that I loved about Pedro, just talking about his family and everything. Yeah, there's like throughout the book, there's that continuing like, I brought this up earlier, whether it's the Mexican Jedi mind trick of saying, hey, I know your cousin Juan Luis.
Yeah, we used to milk cows together.
Yeah, And it usually works.
Yeah, he says it usually works, but every time you see it in the book, it doesn't work.
Yes.
And I love when the grandpa, where in the flashback where the grandpa was just like that's where he learned it, like the original story of where the Mexican Jedi mind trick worked.
Yeah.
And then he goes just like, "Hey, I know your I know your cousin. What is it?
Juan Luis.
Juan Luis. We used to milk cows together." And he goes, "No, Juan Luis is not from Jalisco. He's from Michoacan." He gets punched in the face.
Yeah, and it's funny that he talks about this Jedi mind trick, but like you see that it doesn't work.
Yeah,
it never works.
It's never shown to work in the book.
Yeah, at all. Yeah, so they get down to Mexico. The part where they stop in TJ and they go inside one of the stores that's in there, and he talks about all the knockoff toys that they have. It just reminded me of remember when Grandma used to go to Mexico and she'd bring us back a bunch of toys, and they were just really knockoff bad
toys. I'm pretty sure they had lead all over them.
Oh, I know. I know.
That's probably why I can't think.
Remember the Spider-Man mask with a Spider-Man cape on it?
Oh my god. Spider-Man with the cape.
Yeah.
We just pretended that was Spider-Man Spider-Man Unlimited.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because they had the web cape thing going on.
Yeah, damn, that was a dumb cartoon.
Yeah, trying to ape off of Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond was the shit. Yeah, so the whole time he's in Mexico, they bring up the differences between Mexican culture and American culture, and he does that with his older generation of siblings versus his younger generation, because I believe half of them were born in Mexico and the younger half was born in America. Yeah, so they talk about having like the Mexican gut.
Yeah,
like they can't eat, like he buys an ice cream shake there, he can't eat it because of the milk.
Yeah, because it's raw milk compared to over here where it's filtered and pasteurized and everything like that, so they don't have the stomach to break down those enzymes.
Mm-hmm.
And and then he his little brother just chugs that milkshake and
throws it back.
Yep, and he gets choro.
And for those of you who don't know what choro is, it's diarrhea,
bubble guts, all that.
So number 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so throughout the whole time he oh my god, when he gets that he gets an awful haircut.
Fuck, I was fucking up on his name.
Vicente Fernandez.
Yeah.
And it's so horrible
because he gets it from a drunk barber.
Yeah, the barber spits the tequila on him.
Yeah, after he like shaves his neck with the straight blade and everything, spits the tequila on it, and he thinks, and I love his innocence because he thinks everyone's looking at him because he looks like Vicente Fernandez, but
everyone's looking at him because he has this disgusting haircut,
and he has this haircut throughout most of the fucking book.
Yeah. Yeah, for I want to say a good 75% of the book, he has this awful haircut. So, and it's just like it goes to show you, just like the the innocence, but also where Pedro's head is at these days, where he's he's like, okay, you know what? For most of this book, I'm just going to draw how I had that haircut, and it was pretty awful. We're just explaining all the great parts of this book, and it's continuously great and innocent and fun, and that I think that's what I like about all age comics, is because you can get all that. That's why sometimes I read all age superhero books.
I don't.
Scooby-Doo Scooby-Doo Mysteries. Sometimes I read that, and because they have the team up with like Batman every once in a while.
I think the only all-age comic books I've read are like The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
Like stuff from like Matt Groening.
Yeah,
that's probably. Yeah, I think that's it. Like, and then stuff from like Free Comic Day. Archie.
You read Archie?
I read some Archie. Yeah.
Oh, well.
But back to the book. I mean, the whole thing is them trying to go get their grandpa. And it's pretty nice. He's like that old school Mexican cowboy, salt of the earth sort of guy. Kind of reminds me of our grandpa.
Oh yeah,
passed away. How he was just like just quiet, and it's just like you kind of have to warm up the conversation.
Yeah, and then they'll get into the conversation.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, yeah, and so that's what I like, because he's like wise I mean, yeah, he's old, so he like knows stuff about life and everything. And you can see in the book, everything that the dad has been doing up to that point is because of his dad, the grandpa.
Yeah, I would say that later on in the book, it gets pretty heavy.
Yeah,
It gets really heavy.
Yeah. Do you want to get into that right now?
Yeah, sure. We'll get into the heavy stuff. So, the reason that they're going to Mexico is to grab their grandpa and take him back to America so he could live with them for the rest of his life.
Right.
But to do that, he only wanted to go to America on a couple conditions. Make sure that all his farm animals are in good places. With great owners.
Yeah, he just wanted to get his like affair straight.
Yeah, and the other one was to move his deceased wife out of her grave. That the land is being how would you say it? Like,
I would say in a way it's shifting, because there's like a flow of water that is going, like the river broke off or something, so it's going underneath the land of where the graveyard of where she was buried at. So it's taking all the ones that are like dug deep in the ground, because it's not like over here where it's like, all right, 6 feet and you're kind of done. Over there, they
stack the caskets on top of each other.
Yeah.
So it'll be someone more than 6 feet under, and then there'll be a layer of dirt, then there's another casket, and then there's another layer of dirt, and then the final coffin. So it's stacked by 3. It's used to save money.
Yeah.
So he wants to move his wife's resting spot and put her in some place where it's not going to be washed away by a river, and that part gets pretty dark.
Yeah. For an all ages book, I hesitate to call this like morbid. Because it's not. It's kind of like a moment of growing up and like doing what you have to do for your family.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they're digging out all the caskets, they mention, and a lot of this book is in Spanish. But yeah, there's like when they're pulling out the caskets, because they're trying to hurry up and get it before the water underneath the land washes away the grandma's casket. And they pull out a baby's skull.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's at the point where I had to put down the book.
Oh, really?
I closed it and I just took a few beats, and I was like, okay, now to get on with the rest of it. And it was like a really somber tone.
Yeah.
Throughout that, you're hearing, well, like you get to experience what's happening with Pedro and what's happening with in his mind at the time. His brother takes off because he says that he's not feeling well, but
obviously it's. I mean, like seeing that in person, you're kind of like. I mean, even now as an adult, that's like pretty like whoa. It's pretty.
Yeah, like,
it's pretty gnarly to see.
Yeah, like when you go to that one exhibit at where they remember that in high school we went to that exhibit where they showed all like the veins, the arteries.
Oh yeah.
About the human body.
Yeah.
But they're all doing poses and.
Yeah, but imagine that's like your family.
Yeah, that's pretty traumatizing.
Yeah, so it's. And then they get to the grandma's casket, and how they identify her as like the shroud that they used to bury her, but they can only get out a few bones.
Yeah,
and then
at that point the burial plot is starting to fill with water and mud.
Yeah, so it starts. So the what is it? The guy who owns the
cemetery.
The cemetery. Yeah, he ends up like, all right, I got to get out of here. Like. This is all we can do. So whatever remains they got, which is very little, the mom even had to like clean off all the bones and everything like that.
Yeah.
When he was saying that, and he was like watching his mom do that, and they're like everybody was quiet, everyone had like this kind of silence.
Mm-hmm.
A silence between everyone, like an unspoken.
And big props to the mom, honestly. Like that's a loyal woman right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you're not disgracing anything about, the deceased. It's really just getting them in order for another proper burial.
Yeah. So they find her a new proper place to have whatever remains they could save. That was really nice because that was like a point. Because before that, the sister, his older sister that he respects a lot, kind of warns him like, "Hey, you're going to need to like, you guys are going to do some growing up on this trip. You guys are going to, have to, be adults for a little bit."
Yeah.
And so he was just like, "What does that mean? Am I going to have to fight banditos?" Like, but then it comes to that part, and you're like, okay.
That's what she was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, that really hit me. But a part of me thought, like, at least one of the older kids couldn't have stayed.
No, they wanted to go home and party, remember?
Oh no!
I mean, that's true. I get it because they were by that time they were in like Mexico for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, oh, that's true. That's true.
So they were kind of in the like school. They used the excuse of school starting and everything. And their dad was just like, "Oh yeah." But yeah, like I say, like I hesitate to call that part morbid because it's more about respect and everything like that.
Yeah,
and you're just it's just it was very sweet, but very not a place I thought the story was going to take, especially for an all ages book.
Yes, especially that, and because of how cartoony it is.
Yeah, because it's drawn very cartoony.
Yeah, and you don't expect to see something like that in a book like this. But I have to say it was good because that it really keeps the tone, like up and down.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make it feel just like...
I don't get tonal whiplash from it.
No, not at all. No. But it's such a great moment, and it's like not only the only somber moment in the book, there's also when there's a moment, towards the end of the book about...
Yeah, that's basically like the last act. It revolves around the deer.
Yeah. So they grab the grandpa. They go back. They're on their way back to Mexico. For me, this book was pretty laugh out loud. I found myself chuckling and just like LOLing throughout the book.
LOLing?
What? LOLing? Laughing out loud? Do you want me to just use more syllables?
All right, speaking of laughing out loud, I love how whenever somebody laughs in this book, it's in all the when they're in Mexico, it's ja 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 ja.
Oh, I love that.
Instead of ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I mean the J is supposed to make that sound.
Right. Yeah. I still read it ja 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 ja.
Yeah, I mean that's what I tell my friends when they're speaking Spanish and they start laughing. I go, "Hey, I want to ja 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 too."
No, but there's a part in the book, another like somber moment is like a deer gets hit on the road and they think it's dead and they bring it into their RV, and because they're gonna, of course, they don't like wasting animals, they don't like killing unless they're going to use the animal. So they think it's dead, but it's thrashing around in the bathroom in the back, and so Pedro decides to like, all right, it's like its hoof is falling off, so the only way I know how is I want to save it, because the whole time he has this idea in his head, he wants to be like his grandpa because he sees his grandpa as a hero, so he wants to be the hero of the story.
Yeah,
and he learns kind of the hard way as he tries to do the right thing for the deer and cut off the hoof to help it. But he doesn't know what he's doing, and he's given like a very dull knife, and it just makes the whole situation worse. To which the grandpa steps in and goes like, "Hey, like sit down. You tried your best. I'll take care of it."
And the way it's cartoon, you can see the anguish and the pain that Pedro is going through during this moment, because he wants to protect and save this deer, but this deer is terrified. And it's causing a ruckus, and he thought putting a towel over it would calm it down, but it starts thrashing in the restroom more.
It's because he doesn't even throw the towel on, right? He does it from a distance because he didn't want to get hurt, so it only covered one eye, which scared the deer even more. And which that whole part, and then going towards the end of the book,
he's just lamenting about that whole experience and how it like changed him. And that's where I believe it's that part, the part in the cemetery, that really show how this book is coming of age.
Yeah, definitely.
And like I don't think I really ever experienced that in a comic book form before. I've only seen it in film.
I think maybe like Blankets
Oh yeah. Okay, I take that back.
and Day Tripper.
You think Day Tripper?
Yeah. Every time he talks about where he's like a kid, like there's parts of it where I resonate with because of like, okay, this is like a moment of growing up. I just feel for that.
Yeah. So like the book ends. Honestly, the book ends on a happier note than that.
Yeah, they get back home, they party, they honestly they use the deer. That's what they make the biddy out of.
Yeah. And just like we were talking about earlier, the dad making his makeshift like boiling pot.
Yeah.
And he gets some wise words from both his mom
Making an allegory of like guacamole, of the avocado.
Yeah. Which was really sweet.
Yeah.
And then he walks into the kitchen, and his dad or his grandpa's telling the story of the deer to the rest of the family.
Yeah, and his grandpa is like, everyone starts making light of it. Pedro is not in the mood for it because he feels like he failed.
Yeah.
But his grandpa kind of puts it in a way, while still telling the truth, like, hey, like he was trying to be a hero, like he was doing the right thing, even though it didn't pan out that way.
Yeah, and I thought it was great. You have that moment. Pedro realizes, I am, I feel good about this. I'm gonna have fun. And then, you get to the party scene right after, and it's basically a summary of his thoughts and feelings and the sense of adventure that he just had. And then he does this part, honestly, made me cry.
Oh, where he finds his grito.
Yeah. That, like, when he finally does it, everyone's just like, you're almost there.
You're almost there. His sibling, the older, his like parents and his grandpa are like, oh, you're getting there, but his siblings are all like, stop, please.
Yeah. Stop. I thought that was such a wonderful moment and a wonderful culmination of what he went through and his journey and the story that this is telling. And I got emotional and I started crying. Just because it was very fulfilling. Throughout the book, he's trying to find that sense of being Mexican.
Yeah.
Because he is from America.
Yeah, he's kind of teased about it too, because he's just like, they're always like, well, you're Mexican, but you're not full Mexican.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I completely relate to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, growing up, I was always told I wasn't Mexican.
Yeah.
Because of I don't know Spanish, because my mom's from TJ, and that's basically Mexicali.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, I resonated with too. It's just like that being told, like, all right, because you don't know Spanish, or even when I try to speak Spanish, somebody like makes fun of me for it. Yeah, and it's just because I'm not pronouncing right. I'm like, please don't
educate me, don't belittle me.
Yeah, exactly. That was the thing. Yeah, like educate me, don't belittle me. Like, don't make fun of me. Just teach me how to say it right, and I won't be so like hard-headed about trying to speak Spanish or anything. I'm trying here. Yeah,
I mean, I am trying. I have Duolingo.
What's funny though is those same people who do that go to Mexico, and they're considered too American for their Mexican family.
Boom.
All right, that's me just letting off a little steam.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, so I like that. That's what he finds out. He's just like, he's finding his culture. He's finding himself as as being older. He's growing up. So I thought it was like a really great coming of age story that is culturally tied to being a Mexican American.
Yeah, and that's something I love to relate to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just
kind of like Aquaman.
being of two worlds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Mexican.
Yeah, but Mexican. It was like, all right, yeah.
What are your overall thoughts of this book?
I think it is really good. I know that isn't very much of criticism when I say that, but it's fantastic. It's really nice. Being a Mexican American myself, who is like between these two cultures, I'd say it's I loved it. I loved, like I said, I don't read all ages books, but this was really nice, a nice breath of fresh air in my to read pile, because it's just like, I think I told you right now, I'm just whatever's on my pull list, like Wonder Woman, Nightwing, and Aliens and Avengers.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that, like my superhero stuff, and even like some of the other things I read, but it's something to connect to on a personal and a cultural level. I'd have to say this is fantastic, and I highly recommend this to anyone who is in that same boat. And even if you're not Mexican American, get a little taste of this, dude. Like, just go ahead, read it, get a little taste of the culture. I mean, we all absorb other cultures all the time.
Yeah.
Like, we all do. Like, one of my favorite movies of like a couple of years ago was The Northman, and that's like what?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think this book is fantastic. It's laugh out loud funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's absolutely hilarious. I think it's a wonderful way to do a memoir in comic book form, something that you can give to kids. I think this is like middle school reading level.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's just fantastic. And honestly, if you want to break from the capes and the cowls and the tights, this is a wonderful book to do that with. It's roughly like 300 pages, but it breezes by so quickly.
Yeah. And there's some pages where there's a lot of information where it could just kind of give you a lowdown, like how to make video, or what goes inside of the RV, you know?
Yeah.
Like he does this nice layout.
Yeah, there's a lot of like infographic stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's great.
Yeah.
I will recommend this to anyone that wants to learn about Mexican culture. And that's in a way that's easily digestible.
Yeah, I was just like, it made me feel more connected to my culture than I'd say I have in like a long time.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly, it's a part of me that's been like, just because I'm so like, I'm so American that I just kind of
Same.
forget the Mexican part of me, because like none of my friends speak Spanish, or even though most of us are Mexican American, we don't ever speak Spanish. It's just not there. And even though I do hear Spanish every day, it's not like I'm connecting to the culture. It's just I'm hearing the language.
Yeah, I agree. I think the most I ever learned Spanish was when I was working at McDonald's. Well, I hear a lot of Spanish now from where I work, and a lot of my coworkers do speak Spanish, and I'm the odd man out, the brown guy that doesn't know Spanish, the Mexican that doesn't know Spanish. But yeah, I do connect with it because of a lot of things in our lives that we've experienced. There's a lot of connection there, and it makes me feel like I am closer. Like it makes me think my upbringing is not as far away, because I have these connections to someone whose mother only spoke Spanish and whose father did half English, half Spanish. Yeah, I just feel like more connected, and it has me thinking to myself, it's the way we were brought up is not that far from other people.
Yeah.
And we are still Mexican.
Yeah, that's something I can't get rid of, and something I'm not afraid of.
Oh yeah, I'm not ashamed. I'm not afraid of it. I love being Mexican.
Oh, me too.
Honestly,
I'm spicy.
Yeah, we have the best food.
You're goddamn right.
I am biased, but Mexican food rocks.
Oh hell yeah! Especially here in California, you can't get it anywhere else this good.
Yeah,
you can't. Have you tried the Mexican food in New York?
Nice
crap.
No, I only tried the Chinese food.
Oh, how was it?
It was dog shit. Yeah, but I highly recommend this to anyone that just wants to read and have a good time.
Yeah.
It won an Eisner
For a good reason.
For a good reason, and it is honestly, it deserves it so much.
Now let me ask you this, Andre.
Uh-oh.
Is it woke? Is it woke enough to go broke?
No, because he's probably making some money off of this. Yeah. So yeah, that concludes the review for MexiKid by Pedro Martin. Out of 5, what do you give it?
Shit. Just because I related to it so much, I would have to give it a 5. It's a 5-bagger.
Yeah, I give it 5 as well.
Or what is it? 5 little pee-pee mans.
Yes, 5 of those little guys. And if you don't know, pick up the book, rent it, buy it,
get it from your library. So again, where you can get this book is you can get it at maybe your local comic book shop will have it. Luckily, ours did. They usually like to prop up these independent books. You can find it out at comicshoplocator.com to see wherever your local one is. If you don't have one, Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Cheap Graphic Novels, or InStockTrades.com. They ship in the U.S.
Organic Price Books.
Organic Price Books is another great one. And also, if you do want to continue this, because this is not just a standalone graphic memoir, MexiKid Stories on Facebook by Pedro Martin. He's still daily, or not daily, but he regularly uploads his comic strips on there.
Okay.
So it's done like this, except it's not in color, it's in black and white. But I was reading some earlier, and one of them was about the signs of languages of respect that your parents do. You'll feel it in the back of your arm, you'll feel it on your butt, and like you didn't even see your mom move, but all of a sudden you feel a pinch on the back of your arm when you say something.
Oh my god, that pinch on the back of the arm.
Yeah, so I know that all too well. I have PTSD over it.
You and me both, brother.
Yeah, so on Facebook.com, I don't know if he has any other socials with that, but if you like this, go follow him. It's wonderful.
Yeah, truly amazing piece of art. It is art, yes. I will recommend this to anyone and everyone who wants to escape from, costume superheroes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So this is to our listeners. If you do have any questions or any feedback you'd like to give us, we do have an email. You can email us at comicbrosauthority@gmail.com. Give us some feedback. We would surely like that, what we can improve on. I know we're fairly new.
We're still finding our shtick.
Yeah, exactly. So just go ahead, let us know. Give us your feedback, as well as if you have any questions on anything comic related or even movie related, because I'm pretty knowledgeable on that.
Yeah, he's a film snob.
I'm a filmmaker.
Snob.
And both professionally and independent.
Yes, he is.
Okay, now that we got that settled.
Yeah, and if you like what you hear, check out our TikTok. We upload videos related to comics news, and all that stuff.
Yeah, and also recommendations.
Yes, recommendations. If you have any questions there, go ahead and give us those questions, and we'll answer them here on the show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we will. As best as we can.
Yeah, as best as we can, I swear. Yeah. Well, that concludes this episode. My name is Andre. It's been a pleasure.
And my name is Miles. Signing off.
Bye.
Bye.